all. I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to my channel and to another recipe video. I'm very excited about this one because I haven't done like a food recipe video in what seems like the longest time, and I know a couple of you have been asking if they're coming back. They are. Obviously it is now September. Wow, how has that happened? Like, it feels like 2 minutes ago since I said I can't wait for summer, and then lo and behold, it's autumn. I mean, it's nearly autumn. So I thought I'd create 3 autumnal recipes that are so easy to make for yourself or for your family, your friends. I've left all of the ingredients linked in the description box so you can create a shopping list, create a meal plan. We've got an absolutely delicious, super easy half-an-hour sausage tray bake with Hasselback potatoes. A really nice one. You can substitute out the veggie sausages for meat ones if you prefer. We've also got a fantastic fragrant roasted aubergine and spiced cauliflower curry. It is so good. You can have it on its own. I cooked it with some rice. You can have it with some poppadoms or some naan bread. And then finally, possibly the most indulgent dish here, we have a deliciously rich truffle and broccoli macaroni cheese. It's just comfort food that fills your heart with joy. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, get them cooking as well. The winter nights are going to be fast approaching, so these are going to be perfect. Keep them in your recipe books, save this video, and yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. There'll be plenty more coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy. Okay, so let's start off by making this super easy sausage and Hasselback potato bake. So you're going to need some sausages of choice. I use Linda McCartney, some salt and pepper, some new potatoes or mini Morris Piper potatoes, 2 apples of your choice, a red onion, 2 carrots, some flavoured oil. I'm using garlic oil, balsamic vinegar, thyme and a bay leaf. Start by preheating your oven to around 200 degrees fan, and then popping your potatoes on a fairly deep wooden spoon. Slice into them, not all the way through. The wooden spoon actually prevents you from slicing all the way through. The more slices you do, the kind of crispier these Hasselback potatoes get. I used to call them hedgehog potatoes when my mum did them as a kid. Pop them in a roasting tray, drizzle them in lots of olive oil, but make sure that they're facing upwards. That way, but when you add the sea salt, it means they go nice and super crispy and like fluff up in the oven. So I'm just turning them all upwards, and then I'm popping them into the oven to roast for around 15 minutes while I prep the rest of the veg. So I just sliced the apple and got rid of the core, topped and tailed the carrot. You can leave it whole with the skin on. I like to just roughly clunk it up, and then I did the same with the red onion, just peeling it apart so I made like red onion petals. And then by that time the potatoes are crisped up in the oven, so then I popped these sausages in. Like I say, I'm using frozen sausages, but if you're using fresh, it's absolutely fine. They just might take less time in the oven. I piled in all the apples, carrots and red onion and just tossed all that together to make sure it was nice and even. You know, it's kind of all like flat on the base of the oven tray, so that means it'll go nice and crispy. I scattered over around a teaspoon of thyme, a good drizzle of balsamic, and then popped that back in the oven for around 20 minutes to roast. And that is it. That is literally how easy it is to make this bake. It is so delicious. You can even do it with fish if you'd prefer, or alternative meats. And then I just finished it off with some fresh torn up basil, and that's it. Really easy. Enjoy. Now this next one is an absolute delicious recipe to make. This is a roasted cauliflower and aubergine curry. So these are your ingredients. It might seem like quite a lot. I used cauliflower florets. To make a paste, I use garlic, ginger and chili. You need a vegetable stock cube, 1 aubergine or eggplant, depending on what you call it, 1 large white onion, some spinach that I've just washed and rinsed, lots of spices. Again, I'll leave those linked below: cumin, tumeric, curry powder, paprika and cayenne pepper. All measurements will be linked. So a can of coconut milk, a can of chopped tomatoes, some rice and olive oil. So start by halving your onion and then slicing it up. Don't worry about being too particular about that. And then take the top of your aubergine off, slice it in half and pop it flat side down. This just makes it easier to cut. Slice it up into lengthways and then just cut it up into roughly around, I'd say like a centimetre and a half cubes. Pop it in a bowl, drizzle it with some olive oil and some curry powder. Stir all that together and then transfer that into a roasting tray. Do the same with the cauliflower and pop that in with it too. Add an extra drizzle of olive oil just to make sure it doesn't stick in the pan, and roast that for around 20 minutes. Now in a food processor, or you can do this by hand, blitz up your garlic, chili and coriander with your ginger until it forms a nice paste. And then add your sliced onions to a fairly large pan and soften them down with some olive oil. I add salt, which actually helps them soften. And then add in your chili and garlic with your ginger paste and coriander, and then just stir all that through. Then add all of your spices. Like I say, they will be linked below. So once your spices have cooked with your onions, the smell should be absolutely incredible. So add a can of chopped tomatoes and a can of coconut milk. It might seem quite liquidy. Don't worry, just keep your heat medium and just reduce it down. Once it's thickened, add your washed spinach and stir all that through until the spinach starts to wilt. I did think I forget to mention the coriander in the ingredients, but you're going to need quite a large bunch for this, guys. So in the meantime, chop it up, and then I just cooked some basmati rice. I do 1 cup of rice to serve 2 people to 2 cups of water. By that time, your cauliflower and aubergine should have roasted beautifully, so you can just add that into your curry and stir all that together. Alternatively, you can just keep it aside if you want to keep it crispy and top it off at the end. Add in loads of freshly chopped coriander and stir all that through until it's nice and combined, and then just serve it up. I actually got these dishes from Asda just to make them look like a proper authentic curry, and I really like them. So yeah, that's the delicious roasted cauliflower and aubergine curry. It is so delicious and really nice to make. And finally, this indulgent truffle and broccoli macaroni cheese. This is so good. So these are the ingredients you're going to need. I'm using conchiglie, which is a lovely pasta, but you can use whichever you prefer. I'm also using Coleman's mustard powder, white truffle oil. It is quite easy to find, a little bit expensive, but it is so delicious. You only need a little bit. Some cayenne pepper, broccoli florets, some semi-skim milk. I'm using 3 types of cheese actually, cheddar, Gouda, and mozzarella. You need some plain flour, butter, and crispy shallots. So, preheat your oven to around 200 degrees and prep a pan of water. I'm using a blanching basket just to make it easier at the end. Cook the pasta, not till it's fully cooked, but it's kind of al dente. And then I'm actually air frying my broccoli just for ease, but you can roast it in an oven tray in a little bit of olive oil. And then in the meantime, you need to make your roux. So I added the truffle oil, unsalted butter to a pan and melted all of that until it was nice and oozy. Then I stirred in the plain flour. You need to cook the flour out, otherwise it'll be really pasty and just not very nice. Then I added in the mustard powder and a pinch of cayenne. The cayenne just gives it a lovely smokiness and warmth. Then I added in the milk gradually. I used a spatula to start off with, and then I transferred it to a whisk just to make it nice and smooth. And then I checked the broccoli. Don't worry if it's starting to go a bit brown, that's absolutely fine. It's roasting beautifully. Then I grated the cheddar. Now I'm using quite a mature cheddar because I just love the cheesy taste, and this Gouda was an aged Gouda from Lidl and it was so good. So I just grated all that. You need around 150 grams in total, and then I added that into the thickened cheese roux sauce. And then I added in the cooked pasta. Like I say, the blanching basket just makes that a dream. Stir all that until it's beautifully combined and oozy. Then add in your roasted broccoli, give it a taste, see if it needs any salt or pepper, and then transfer that to a bacon tray or roasting dish, pop it all in, and then scatter it with your grated mozzarella and then your crispy shallots. Again, don't worry if you can't find these, they just give a lovely texture. Pop it in the oven for around 20 to 25 minutes at around 180 degrees until it's beautifully golden brown on top and lovely and oozy around the side. This probably makes around 4 portions, maybe 3, and a second portion for someone who is a big appetite, but this is so good. So that's it. There's 3 autumnal recipes that you can make this coming fall. Enjoy them. Let me know which one is your favorite, and I'll catch you all very soon in a future video. Bye for now.